So TIDES is such interaction for data engagement with science on Sphere. So in this project, we as a team are trying to investigate how children and adults interact and engage with large touchscreen interfaces like multi-touch tabletops and interactive spherical displays, and how do they learn from these interfaces, specifically in the context of science data visualizations.
So we're working with a spherical display system from our partner in the UK called Pufferfish. And this one in particular allows people to interact with it by touching the sphere directly. So a couple of things that I'm interested in are how people understand the content, basically, what's going on in the world in these images, and then also how they make sense of the content. So what kinds of questions do they ask? Do they use the same sort of investigative tools that researchers might use? And we are starting to definitely see examples of that.
There's a couple elements of that especially the education team is thinking about, is like really effective engagement with the data, and the prototype that our group has been working on uses ocean science data. So right now it's temperature. It's a way for the people who are using this exhibit to really think about what's happening with temperature in different places. We have the sea surface temperature over a certain amount of time, and we also have anomalies. So basically understanding from sort of baseline an average ocean temperature.
From a computer science perspective, the TIDES innovation centers around human-computer interaction. We're studying how to improve not only the algorithms that run on the system to help us understand what the user's meant to do in a more natural way and more accurate way, we're also designing the experience to take advantage of what people expect and are hoping to see in the interaction that would be more natural for them, and therefore a little bit more intuitive of an interaction. Adults tend to draw a lot on their touchscreen experience from their iPads or their smartphones, and so they're trying panning and pinching and zooming just like they would at home. Children do that, but they also have a tendency to explore and invent new gestures, things that are not yet supported, and those are interesting challenges for us to try to understand what they'll try to do and how can we make the system respond effectively to them.
One of the things I like best about education research and science education research is that it's really easy, I think, to fulfill both of NSF's goals. First, we're contributing to new knowledge about how people learn and contributing to their ideas of intellectual merit. But at the same time, by creating educational products and working to increase educational value for broad audiences, we're already just naturally addressing broader impacts.